And welcome back to Crypto Hulk. Yes, it's August 3rd. We've got some great Ripple news today where a country is now just straight up saying they're using XRP. Meanwhile, the SEC is suing Ripple because they're claiming the XRP is security. This is like embarrassing for America. We're going to get into Japan. Japan is now using XRP for the first time back and forth to the Philippine corridor. Yeah, well, the SEC calls it a security. Do you realize how fucking stupid the SEC is, for God's sakes? XRP is clearly a global bridge asset. Look it up on Google. Global bridge asset. Mentions XRP. That's something. SBI specifically to sending securities SEC. This court trial is so fake, like a $2.70 bill. Okay. Hi, my name is Crypto Hulk. We'll be going over some great news today. Another use case of XRP, which is made by Ripple. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a crypto advisor. I'm not a lawyer. I know nothing about cryptos at all. So don't take anything as financial advice of any kind. If I tell you to do something, don't do it. Okay. Everything I say is a complete lie. So, oh yeah, always pay more than your fair share of taxes. That way, people that are worthless can suck up all your money. And at that, let me see what we got here. Buffering again. Wow. I think that's I know once my show starts getting like it's this platform busts down my show, and then once I start building it back up again, they do all these things like mess with the buffering and all that. Screwdriver. I got 12 times organic distilled vodka with some orange juice in it. Just got one shot in there. Okay. Definitely been bad buffering lately. Yep, they can't handle this channel. So, yes, let's go right into the news. This is great news. I mean, this article is going to show you we are on the right channel at the right time. Okay, we're on the right channel because I've never ever told you, like all the other providers here, I've never ever told you to invest in this, invest in this thing. No, all we do is we buy the correct cryptos, we lock them up, put them in a Faraday bag. That's it. These other people, they got you buying this and buying all this dumb shit. First, so here's the news. First live on-demand liquidity, that's ODL, offering in Japan expands RippleNet's momentum in the APAC. That's the Asia Pacific region. Okay. This is enormous news. All right. It's a few days old. The Filipino diaspora, I have no idea what the hell that is. The Filipino diaspora is one of the 10 largest in the world, with more than 5 million of its citizens living abroad. Many of them, like Joyce de Guzman, live and work in a foreign country, so they can send money home to family members. So this is I'm reading off a Ripple page called Ripple Insights, just in case you're wondering. I'm going to spend a little time reading off this article. It's going to take about 5 minutes of reading because, or less, it's just because it's Ripple. It's right off the website. So here we go. But many of them, like Joyce de Guzman, live and work in a foreign country so they can send money home to their family members. But the traditional system of international payments for these migrants, so the Filipinos are living overseas and they're sending money back to the Philippines, right? It's very expensive, okay? 10%. They've got to spend 10% of their money if they're in Japan to send it to the Philippines. Now, if they're in the rest of the world, it's about 6%. It's each transaction costs 6%. That's insane, okay? This is what Ripple is fixing right now. I'm not saying this is what Ripple is going to fix. They're fixing it right now. It says here, but the traditional system, like the SWIFT system of international payments for these migrants, is often slow and expensive, siphoning off valuable funds from every transaction that could be better used for food, rent, or medical bills. For these Filipinos, fueling the $1.8 billion in remittances that flow every year from Japan to the Philippines, this can be a especially painful transaction. The Philippines is the third largest remittance, okay, from Japan, with Japan 10% having one of the highest remittance costs in the world. Damn. Almost twice as much as all the G8 countries. They average 5.92%. So here comes Ripple. Here we go. Now, SBI Remit Company is a Ripple partner, and SBI loves Ripple, trust and believe. It's the largest money transfer provider in Japan, is teaming up with mobile payment service Coins.ph and digital asset exchange platform SBI VC Trade to transform remittance payments from Japan to the Philippines. Using ODL, which is XRP, the three will provide faster, more affordable remittance options for customers. Here we go with this. This is Ripple's first on-demand liquidity using XRP in Japan, okay? So they're setting the stage to drive more adoption of crypto-enabled services in the region. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's all starting right now. The party is starting at the very small level by leveraging, because this is the green light. Japan's right now using XRP. That's a use case. That's how we get rich, is a use case. Not just us buying the shit, holding it. It's not doing anything. Check this out, the more on-demand liquidity is used around the world, the richer we get, okay? It's got to be used. You don't buy XRP for it just to sit, okay? We've bought it. Now, we got in lucky. We're holding it. We're not using it. And I've said this before, for XRP to get super valuable, it has to be used. You've got to be using it every day, okay? Wealth value has to be transferred all around the world. You've got to use XRP. I'm reading off this article because now we're seeing exactly. They're telling the world. Japan is telling the world, here we go, okay? It says here in quotes, Ripple says, we see tremendous potential in leveraging blockchain technology to transform not only the way payment transactions are made. No, this is the guy from SBI saying this. But how we manage our business by unlocked trapped capital. This is from Nobuo Ando, representative director of SBI Remit. The launch of XRP in Japan is just the start. Oh, what do you think they mean with that? Think they're going to have some staking going on and DeFi and stuff? Oh, yeah, that's how we're going to get rich. The launch of ODL in Japan is just the start, and we look forward to continuing to push into the next frontier of financial innovation beyond real-time payments in just the Philippines, but to other parts of the world as well. That's going to grow. And when that grows, that means we get rich. Zooming out, this deal is part of Ripple's explosive growth in the larger Asia-Pacific region, with growing e-commerce clout, increasingly mobile populations, and rising clarity. That means laws. We've got to have the clarity around crypto regulations. Asia-Pacific is one of the fastest growing regions for Ripple, with transactions growing 130% year over year. Now, this news also comes out on the heels of similar partnerships that Ripple has with Novati. You've heard of Tranglo, okay? Those are two major Asia-Pacific money transfer companies over there. So now we got SBI, Novati, Tranglo. It's about to go down, okay? We're getting there. Of course, we all know that Brooks Entwistle is the managing director for Ripple, for Asia and that area. Ripple is perfectly positioned to deliver on the Asia Pacific's growing need for faster and more affordable approaches to cross-border payments. That is going to be the end of that article from Ripple. One of the takeaways from that, let me look here again. One of the takeaways from that is this: 10%. So imagine you got $1,000. You want to, let's say you're a Filipino and you're working and you got $1,000. You want to send it home. You now have to pay $100 just to send 1,000. So now your family only gets $900. You know how much Ripple's going to cost? 0.0008 cents, right? Like nothing. That's why this is revolutionary, okay? And then you got the other two companies, Novati, and what's the other one? Damn it, I just clicked out of it. Novati Tranglo. So those are now three major companies in that area alone. And trust, there's going to be more and more. And then the whole globe, like, that's where this is going. This is going global. They just said it in the article, too. So let's see. BRICS nations going live. YouTube messing with the channel again. Damn, they just can't seem to leave the channel alone. That's a damn shame. Loving your channel. Sending love from Communist Chinada. Armor of God. Eurozone goes live in November. So does Fedwire. Yeah. So here we go. Guam is right next door to Japan and the Philippines. So I'm wondering when Guam is going to start using XRP. That's what I'd want to know. Hey, we're simply all in just one of Hulk's pre-parties. Cheers, by gosh. Cheers, by gosh. Use Sync for VeChain, Sal Arena. Yeah, I got Sync. I got the Sync wallet for my VeChain, and I use the Ledger with it too. Sack Riff says, I think the cost is so low because Ripple knows they will be conducting millions, hundreds of millions of transactions a day. Right, I'm ready for the party. Getting their money regardless. Getting their money regardless. Yes. Okay. So that was the first article. Bravo. Now let's go to the professor. There's a professor and who used to work, check this out, as a legal advisor to the SEC, okay? You got this professor who gave an interview and he's like the SEC, who the SEC used to hire to give them advice. I'm going to read an article on this guy. He was paid by the SEC to help them and do all these things. And you know what he's saying now? They're completely doing the wrong thing with all these lawsuits and stuff, especially with Coinbase. We're dealing with Coinbase here, but you can relate it to the other one. Let's get into this article because now people, the reason I'm showing you this article, because now it's starting to get around. We got a petition on change.org to get rid of Gary Gensler. Stuff now clowning Gary Gensler, saying he doesn't even provide clarity. He's like, oh yeah, the Howey test is very clear. No, Gary, nobody knows what's going on. Somehow you think you do. Here we have a professor. Like, this is spreading like a cancer. Like, people are angry at the SEC because they're screwing up the country. Let's go with the article. There's a professor and he warns that the SEC, that its move against Coinbase is a serious mistake, okay? A former advisor to the United States Securities and Exchange Commission has warned that the agency would be making a serious mistake if it proceeds with a probe into Coinbase and other major crypto exchanges. Gee, maybe coming after Ripple's a bad decision. Maybe going after all these other exchanges. And I've been saying this for 2.5 years. We have no crypto regulations at all. I used to work in law enforcement. Gary's not in enforcement. Why? Because there's no laws. You got it? You can't enforce what there's no laws. You got it? It's like a police officer can't arrest people if there's no law on something. There has to be a law violated or you don't get in trouble. Well, check this out. We have no laws for crypto in the United States Code. I've only been saying this for 2.5 years. almost every show. None of the other people on the platform do that. Okay, I'm just wondering why. So let's continue here. As reported, the SEC reportedly set out to move ahead with an investigation against Coinbase over the listing of crypto assets that the SEC says are unregistered securities. That's like a total lie. Total. Michael P. Thanks for the donation, Michael P. I appreciate that. What's he got to say? Before I started listening to you, I chased after a meme coin and blew 1,000 XRP. Oh, shit. If I had watched you sooner, I would have learned in time. Remind everyone to keep what they have and put it in a cold wallet. There you go. Thanks for the message there, Michael. I hope you're very successful. Keep watching the program. You're going to learn everything you have to learn to not get wrecked. All right. Let's go back to the professor article. And the exchange appears to have, so the Coinbase exchange happens to have J.W. Verrett, an associate professor of law, specializing in securities and finance law. So there's this lawyer, this professor, his name is Verrett. He works for Antonin Scalia Law School. In an opinion piece for the Wall Street Journal, the professor, who recently served on an advisory committee for the SEC, that's this professor lawyer I'm telling you about, he wrote that the SEC would be shooting itself in the foot if it went ahead and sues Coinbase. Can you believe how massive this is right now? You've got a lawyer professor who's teaching out of college now, who used to work advising, the SEC used to pay this guy to give them advice on what to do. And he's telling them, SEC, if you sue Coinbase, you will shoot yourself in the foot. Can somebody let Gary know? Probably should hire some real lawyers. Just saying, okay? This is how bad it's getting in America with this SEC bullshit. The professor says the SEC's position that most tokens are securities. Like Gary always says, yeah, most of these are securities. Gary's so fucking wrong. The SEC position that most tokens are securities and must register or face enforcement is, his word is obtuse. OBT is a load of shit. Important. It's also an approach that works to the benefit of the scammers. He says the professor added that the facets of cryptocurrency that would shock the drafters of the 1933 Securities Act, rendering the legislation back in 1933, all those laws are unfit for the challenges of the digital age. I will repeat that. The law professor says the SEC wants to call all these things securities. The lawyer says if we go back in time to 1933, they would not know what to do with crypto because it doesn't exist. Our laws, you can't use 1933, 1946 law regarding cryptocurrency. It will not work. I've been telling you guys for 2.5 years, no other channel is, that we have no crypto laws. You cannot enforce what you cannot define. Do you guys understand that? There has to be definitions. I've been saying this for 2.5 years. Our government in Congress, and I'm not talking about the SEC, I'm not talking about the CFTC, I'm talking about Congress. I've been telling you over and over, it's called the legislative branch. You have the executive, judicial, legislative. Basic 9th grade civics class, okay? This is very, very simple, but no other channel is talking about this, except this one. But you have to have the legislators create the definitions and all these things. Like cryptocurrency is not even in the United States code. You cannot enforce crypto. The judges on this Ripple case cannot render a verdict or a decision or a finding because there's no definitions for them to do so. Okay, this is why this whole thing is. You guys are looking at it with me like, what is going on with this court thing? It's like not even real. These judges can't even tell you what crypto is. Whew, shocker. The lawyer professor justified his stance by explaining that even if crypto developers wanted to register their projects with the SEC, as traditional public companies are required to, they cannot. He's saying these crypto companies cannot register with the just like I've been saying for 2.5 years. These crypto companies cannot register with the SEC because crypto does not exist legally. You got it? I'm sure glad now there's lawyers coming out saying this because I've been saying this for 2.5 years, starting to get tired of it. I'm like the only one. He says crypto projects generally don't have a board, a CEO, or a chief financial officer who could file the requisite paperwork for the commission. Nor, he added, do they have voting shares by mail. You got to vote shareholders. So I've been saying that also for 2 years. With crypto, you don't vote. If I own shares of McDonald's and all these things, you have a right as a shareholder to get monthly things mailed to you, or every 3 months or every year. In some cases, if you own enough, you can vote. You don't do that with crypto. It's not a security, Gary. Please, God, somebody give. When Gary was born, this is an old saying, he thought God said brains or trains, so he got out of the way when God was passing out brains. This is how fucking stupid this court case is. It's already been decided. I've gone over this. I've made like 3 or 4 shows on this already. One of them was, I think, November 5th. No, not November. June 5th of this year, I made a program. You need to go watch that one. The professor even quotes Hester Pierce. She works as one of the top SEC people. Hester Pierce says, the professor urged the SEC to build a regulatory regime tailored to the needs of crypto investors and listen to the advice of the SEC Commissioner Hester Pierce, known in the crypto space as Crypto Mom. So that's crypto. Hester Pierce wants the cryptos that are securities to be, protected, so the public is protected more so than like business. Like, we've got to look out for the people. That's what Hester Pierce is saying, and build the legislation around protecting people. And Gary's just going after securities like it's a bad thing, but he doesn't provide any laws or rules. So how are people supposed to know? This whole thing is just so out of whack. I mean, I've worked at the state Supreme Court level, and this whole crypto thing is just a big fat mess. So I'm not worried about anything in particular. They'll figure this thing out, but they're going to pretend like, but it's going to be all last minute. You know how that goes, last minute. Crypto will be bad up until it's good because they say it is. So what? Oh, wait a second. Looks like Michael B. Nick Hamilton comes in and drops one like it's hot. Thanks, Nick, for the continued support of the channel. Tremendously helps. Absolutely. I'm cutting out. Yeah, what is with this? They're always doing this stuff to me on purpose. Unbelievable. And we got C. Willie. Thanks, C. Willie. Thanks for putting in the work and telling us the news and your views, and do all the lies. Absolutely. Everything in the show is a complete lie. That's what we like to do, is listen to a liar. Big fat liar, just like me. Let's see. Hulk should take Gary's spot. He will look out for the people. I would absolutely know how to do his job fair, because I would be working with all the smart crypto developers, and we would form frameworks and stuff like that. No, I'm not hot spotting on the phone. No, it's on. It's the same as normal. I have a the internet. Just something's going on. Alrighty, let's let me see what we got here. Let's go into the Coinbase case real quick. Here's an article that says the SEC listing 9 tokens as securities in insider trading case could have broad implications, says the CFTC. CFTC Commissioner Caroline Pham took issue with the SEC labeling certain crypto assets as securities of regulation by enforcement. So the CFTC commissioner is not happy with Gary Gensler, okay? Caroline Pham is one of 5 commissioners in the United States Commodities Futures Trading Commission, or the CFTC. She has expressed concerns about the possible implications of a case the U.S. SEC brought against a former project manager at Coinbase. In Thursday, Pham said the SEC complaint against former Coinbase manager and his brother and associate could have broad implications beyond the case, given its labeling 9 tokens as crypto asset securities. Well, you know what's funny? Here we go again. Gary can't determine what crypto is. This is what's funny, okay? Gary's a lawyer. Gary knows this. I'm shocked all the other lawyers aren't commenting. Like, why aren't all these other lawyers saying what I'm saying? It's almost like either people don't see this or they're not allowed to talk about it or something, but Gary cannot here we go again, because the United States Code has no definitions or terms on what it is. I'm not hearing this from Coinbase, or any of these news websites. None of them are talking about what you. On my channel, you are so far ahead. Okay, I'm going over things these internet news at all. None of these news sites. And all the other people making XRP videos on this platform are not even discussing it either. These people have no fucking clue. You're lucky to have this program because I'm discussing things with you that these other sites have no. Okay. This is just common sense. Gary can't do anything. Gary can file a lawsuit. If I'm Coinbase, I'm going to be like this. Take me to court, please, Gary. Take me to court. Gary, show me under what United States code you have permission to enforce cryptocurrencies. And the answer will be, I'm not using US code because we don't have any. And the judge will be like, case dismissed. Bye, Gary. Get the fuck out of my courtroom. That's what's going to happen. Okay? I mean, this shit is not complicated. I don't need a law degree. I don't need to apologize for not having a law degree. This shit's too fucking easy. I don't need one. Okay? None of these other channels is teaching this stuff, and that's a damn shame. Emotional damage. So, what do we got here? The complaint. So Gary filed a complaint. Big deal. He can't do shit with it anyway. I'm going. Okay, here's something that's said here. Pham said, so the lady from the CFTC said, this is an example of regulation by enforcement rather than, she says the SEC doesn't use a transparent process. So now the lady from the CFTC, she's slamming Gary Gensler right here in the news. She says regulatory clarity comes from being out in the open, not in the dark, Pham said. Given the overriding public interest and the open questions on the legal statuses of various digital assets, should use all means to fulfill statutory mandate. Okay, she's still not totally getting it either. So the lady from the CFTC says Gary's not using the right statutes to do. No, Miss Pham, We have no crypto regulations. We have no crypto definitions in the United States Code, Miss Fam. That's where the fucking problem is, okay? Um, what Congress needs to do is draft these crypto rules and definitions and regulations up. Then you can regulate. So here's what we got. We got people trying to regulate a crypto space where they have no definitions of what these things are. You see what I'm talking about? Like, how can you manage? I mean, if I was a congressman, I would be breaking it down just like this. But you've got to know what you've got to identify what these individual crypto things are first. You have to have definitions, don't you? Yes, you do. How can you regulate, Miss Fam, Gary Gensler, Treasury? I'm talking to all these people. Y'all need to listen to Crypto Hulk, all right? How can you regulate a crypto space when it doesn't even exist in the law? Oh, that's right. Yes, you're right, Crypto Hulk. So, what do we got to do, Crypto Hulk? We've got to form definitions of everything crypto. What's a digital asset? Put that in the law, codify it. What's a crypto? Codify it. Is there a difference between crypto, digital asset security? We don't have any definitions, so therefore we cannot make regulations. That makes sense. I used to work in the state Supreme Court. We had to have all these definitions before we could make a regulation. You know, the judge, when I would bring a case before a presiding judge, I'd have to make sure I knew that whatever I was asking the judge to do was legal and there's definitions for it. You know, I couldn't say, like, well, I don't want to get into the job I did, but just that's what this whole case is with this Coinbase. We have a big confusing mess because we have no crypto regulations. That's the answer to that. Okay, this whole thing. Wait, hold on. Looks like Fox Body Blue comes in, drops a little A bomb here. I can't use the real words because the YT is going to censor it out. But we got a nuke. Just dropped a nuke. By government law in the Sunshine Act, publication L94-49, the Securities and Exchange Commission will hold an open meeting. Yet tomorrow's meeting is closed to the public. Huh. Wow, ain't that something? You see, all this is dirty pool. Okay, like they're cheating while they're playing pool or cards. When I was working in the court system, I mean, the hearings were open to the public. There's nothing to hide. I mean, I don't understand all the secrecy shit that's going on. That's how you know it's up to no good. All right. And actually, all of our laws, all of our laws and rules, and I've said this over, let's say California, because I also worked in California doing some law enforcement stuff. We'd have a penal code. So anything criminal is in the penal code. You don't have to wonder, am I doing something wrong? The crooks or people didn't have to go to the police station and say, hey, is this legal? Is that legal? Or whatever legal? No, you look in the criminal code. You look in the penal code. In Arizona, it's called the Arizona Revised Statutes. ARS, okay? Gary isn't an enforcement. Gary's a dumb shit, okay? This all is such a joke. You don't go in to ask the cops, is this legal and that legal? No. What the fuck do you do, Gary? You're supposed to do your job, Gary, and create regulations so that people can follow, you dumbass. So in California, we got the penal code. It's this big old fat red book, okay? But it's on digital form, but it's called California Penal Code. If you need to know if something's illegal or legal, it's in that book. You don't need to go into your local law enforcement and ask them, hey, is this legal? No, you look at the fucking penal code, okay? There's no secrets in any country regarding these, or in any part of America. Everything's codified. There's law. There's a health and safety code, a business and professions code, okay? There's all these kinds of codes. And what these codes are is to let people know what's legal and illegal. You don't go into an office and ask them. That's what Gary expects people to go in there and ask him. Gary, publish the fucking regulations, asshole. Let people know what's legal and not legal. What the fuck's wrong with you at the SEC? I really don't fucking understand this shit. This is not complicated. I don't need to be a lawyer to understand this, okay? I'm showing you basically what we need someone to say in the crypto world is just what I'm saying. We need codified rules, okay? There are none. The CFTC, they need to make codified rules. I shouldn't have to wonder. I should be able to go onto a website for the SEC. Hey, SEC, here's a fucking clue. Why don't you do what the fuck I say? I should be able to go to the SEC website and look up all the regulations regarding crypto, and it should be that easy. The same way I go to the state of California, california.gov, whatever, and look up the penal code and look up all the rules and all this shit and know what's right and wrong. And, you know, you can do all that. Why cannot we do this with the SEC? Why are no rules published? Every state in the whole United States publishes all their rules. Why does the SEC not publish any rules? You know what happens? The SEC comes after you. They bribe you, so you pay a fine, then you go free. That's like not even legal. Like literally the SEC takes the money that when they bust you, they take the money. How is that? That's what I want to know. Okay, I'm not hearing this from all these channels, so I just thought I'd put it out there just for you so you could know. Got it? Ooh-wee. Led Zeppelin says this lawsuit was designed to show the SEC corruption. You got that right, dude. Melissa G. Gary and the SEC know they're just playing their puppet roles, knowing we see what they're doing. Like this shit's not complicated. You know? I mean, publish the rules like every single city, county, and state and federal agency, Gary. Publish the fucking rules, Gary. Like, why should I have to tell this asshole to do this? It should be like that already. I should be able to go over to the SEC website and look up, okay, what's the definition of a crypto security? And what's the definition of that? What's a legal manner in which to sell crypto? I should be able to see all these things on the fucking website. Why don't I see them, Gary? I'm asking a very simple question, and please don't tell me to go back to the Howey test, for God's sakes. I'm so sick of hearing that shit too. It's the only thing the Joker says. Well, it's very clear, Crypto Hulk. Back in 1946, Gary, quit using that same fucking excuse. It doesn't work anymore, Gary. Silver Eagle Ranch. Hulk, so you think XRP will be over 100 next year? I don't know. Thanks for all you do. I've been mimicking your beverage of choice daily. Uh-oh. Well, today I got a screwdriver, one shot of organic vodka, distilled 12 times. I forgot the name of the orange juice. It was like $5 for, yeah, $5 for like 58 ounce or something, like half a gallon or something. But it was a good quality orange juice. I forgot the name of it, though. I don't buy orange juice barely at all. I don't drink screwdrivers that often either. I just want something different, you know? Okay, what other questions? Totally cut out, no audio. Wonderful. They let Bernie Madoff go untouched for years after whistleblower. Yeah, I know that story. I heard that one. Goldman Gary. Joe 7-pack, we'll call Gary Gensler Goldman Gary. Or Gary Goldman. What happens when there is no agreement between the SEC and the CFTC? Who has the authority to decide? Congress has to make the laws. That's what has to happen. See, that's the problem. Gary's, oh, God, this guy, and I'm using the term guy lightly. This guy, Gary, see, the problem is he knows, he's got to know. He's a lawyer, whatever. He used to teach in school or and shit, right? About crypto or whatever. Gary knows we have no definitions in crypto laws. I think what he's doing is he's allowing companies to do stuff illegal. Well, not illegal, but he's allowing companies to get by and make billions, taking advantage of the fact we have no clarity in laws. So he's allowing the JP Morgans and the Goldman Sachs to get in there and do all this, let's say, illegal stuff. But right now there's no laws on it, so it's not legal. I mean, it's not illegal or whatever. See, that's what these top people are doing. He knows damn it. Gary should be pushing Congress to make crypto legislation. Why is he not doing that? He knows he has no authority to regulate crypto. He knows because there's no laws on it, Gary. Gary can't do what there's no laws about. Got it? So if Gary wants to regulate crypto as a security, Congress has to define crypto as a security. This shit's not complicated. So that's why I don't report on what's going on this XRP case all the time, because it's a fake case. It's all fake. The judge cannot determine what XRP is. The judge cannot determine what any crypto is. Do you understand that? Judge Sarah Netburn will not tell you what crypto is because she doesn't know. Why doesn't she know? Here we go again. We have no crypto laws and regulations. That's what we got to do. So I'm not trying to follow all this dumb shit news from this case because the case is meaningless without regulations. Maybe they'll make good with regulations, which laws made that forbid government to trade. Gary is certainly goofy looking. Well, you got that right. Circus full of clowns, says AJ Smith. That's right. See, look, what I do on my channel is I don't have obviously a crypto background, but I bring you the background that I have working in the court systems and stuff so I can interpret crypto events to see the bullshit meter going off. Like this court case is fake. What Gary's doing is fake, and all these things. That's where some of my stronger abilities are. I can see things like this because I've worked in that kind of work before. Mr. Burns, have fun in jail, Gary. Okay. There's a petition going around, but it's on change.org. What happens is when a petition gets like 100,000 people or something, then they can bring that before like Congress and say, hey, can we kind of do something with this Gary guy? Like get him out of kick the bum out of office, So the petition doesn't have any power, but what a petition does is show politicians, we want this guy out. So Gary has one of those positions where they could say, get out, dude, and kick him out. All right, where are we at? 44 minutes. Let's see. We got that article. A lot of hacking going on. Another hack. Wow. Here's an article from about 6 hours ago. It kind of deals with this court case and clarity. So this is important, okay? This will probably be. I might do one. This is a good size article. It might be my last one. I might do 2 articles more, but this might be the last one. It's a good size one. Why is this important? Because this deals with legislation. And I know it's not maybe it might not be an exciting article for all of you, but what I'm trying to do is teach you what is going on as far as regulation. Then you'll understand, oh, now I see how everything's working, okay? You're not going to moon tomorrow. You've got to have regulation. That's what this article is about. I'm going to go over and show you that they are right now working on these regulation things. Now, we're going to have to go through a little bit of pain in this article, okay? But understand that when these regulations are done, we are rich, okay? That's how this works. It's not going to be Elon Musk giving us a hand signal. Got it? Like, whatever. It's all the dumb people that follow that stuff, okay? So, the smart people are about trying to figure out what the hell is going on with legislation. That's this article right here. Let's start it. U.S. legislators have been stepping up their efforts to provide the crypto industry with a regulatory framework. That's what we need, okay? The Congress is stepping it up. I like to hear that. That's very positive, okay? For the past 2.5 years I've been in crypto, nothing going on legislation-wise. That means you're not getting rich. Like, you should start paying attention in this article, because when regulators start making crypto regulation, that's how we get rich. When there's laws, the banks all jump in, sell it, and then boom, that's when we're off to the moon. That's why I'm trying to read this article to you and explain to you what the hell's going on. So a new bipartisan bill, that's when the Democrats and Republicans get together. That's a very, very good sign when you hear bipartisan. A new bipartisan bill introduced by Senators Debbie Stabenow, John Boozman. I could probably hang out with that guy, John Boozman, Cory Booker, and John Thune, is another step in that direction. The legislators introduced the Digital Commodities Consumer Protection Act of 2022. Sounds good to me, everybody, and presented a new regulatory term. Oh, here we go. This is exactly what I was talking about, right? These bipartisan got together. They have something called the Digital Commodities Consumer Protection Act of 2022 and presented a new regulatory term, digital commodities. That's the definition. I was telling you, we got to have definitions of this, definitions of that. You got to define everything crypto. I just got done telling you that. Here in this particular article, they're saying they presented a new regulatory term. That's exactly what we need to start doing. It's called digital commodity. They invented the term digital commodity, and they're defining what a digital commodity is. These assets will be under the jurisdiction of the U.S. Commodities CFTC, okay? The regulator will have the authority to regulate the trading of digital commodities. This is where we get rich, everybody. Introduce rules for market participants and enforce them. So they're going to, oh my God, they're going to give definitions. They're going to have rules, and they're going to do enforcement as well. That's exactly what we need. The bill proposes that digital commodity platforms will need to comply with the same standards as traditional financial institutions. Cryptocurrencies have often been dismissed by legislators and regulators and classified as illegitimate assets. This bill seems to acknowledge the role of digital assets and suggests that they should be regulated as other assets in the legacy financial system. That's important because now we're getting the clarity. The CFTC is going to group together and define what is a digital commodity. And then if people want to sell those, they're going to have to prove to the CFTC that they are a digital commodity. Then they'll get regulated, they'll get inspected and everything, and then they'll be sold at the banks, of course. We're going to get rich. And some exchanges that the government allows to stay open. This is how we get to the moon on this thing. It says here, 1 in 5 Americans, that's 20%, that's a lot. 1 in 5 Americans have used or traded digital assets. Damn, when I got into crypto, 1% of people, now we're up to 20%. That's major right there. They're saying they got to get rid of the risk. I'm not going to read this whole article. Crypto companies have been asking for regulatory clarity and a legal framework to operate under. That means you're going to get rich. When we got clarity and we got rules, we've got money, okay? This article goes on to say the Gary Gensler led regulator has been exercising a mandate by enforcement as actors believe that their practices are inconsistent with their speech. The SEC has invited crypto companies to report and participate, but these efforts have been met with legal actions. So what happens? What they're saying here is you go into the SEC to ask them, hey, are we doing legal stuff? And they're like, no, now you're arrested, pay a fine, or we'll shut you down and put you in jail. You're like, well, no, I didn't know what the rules are. Where do you guys post the rules? Gary's like, no, it doesn't matter. You're still busted. If you pay us $5 million, then you can keep going. Like, what? Why are the rules not posted, Gary, you fucking cocksucker? So that's what I'm saying. And that, I'm not going to get into the rest of this. You get my point. They this bipartisan. So I'll repeat it just really quickly. There's a bipartisan bill. It's made by both Republicans and Democrats called the Digital Commodities Consumer Protection Act of 2022. This will then define what are digital commodities. Just like Gary wants to be able to regulate digital securities. So so we got this bill right now, Digital Commodities Consumer Protection Act. There's going to be another one. It's going to be called probably the Digital Securities Consumer Protection Act, where they determine what constitutes a crypto that's a security. So as we move forward, everybody, as these Protection Act this, Protection Act that comes up, as we get clarity, we move closer and closer and closer to what we're all here for, and that's to be rich. Not just to watch my awesome crypto Hulk shows, but I'm showing you by just going over that article very, very shortly there, the Digital Commodities Act is going to move us closer to being rich. That's the whole fucking point of this. Weight loss and fitness. Thank you very much for your donation. Hi, Hulk. Wanted to say that you're the best. I only listen to you. Last year, I lost 1,400. Oh, damn. Investing in Y-tubers, telling people to invest in DAO, INUS, and Kaka. Look, here's how all this works, weight loss and fitness. I provide a program where I give you unparalleled information from a perspective of an industry person where I used to work in the court system and stuff like that. I can interpret a lot of things that's going on. Okay. And on my channel, it's basically free. And it has been for 2.5 years. I ask people, hey, if you find information that's great on my program, if you truly feel you're going to be rich one day, then pay it forward. Give a donation, or you don't have to give like $100. Some of these people give like 500 a show or 700. I don't got money like that. I can't afford to do that. And like whatever you feel, you gave $5 for a donation, great. Okay, that's paying it forward. And other people see that like, oh, this person finds the value. You told people you lost $1,400. Nobody's gonna lose a fucking dime on my channel. It's not designed. I'm not selling this. I'm not telling you to invest or whatever. We invest in the good cryptos, the ISO or the OMFIF type ones. You lock them up, boom, you're done. We're not gonna stake. We're not gonna do this. We're not gonna DAO or whatever the fuck that is. Okay, I don't care what this shit is. You don't need to explain it to me. I don't want to know. My show is so easy to get rich, And all I ask is, hey, if you think you're gonna get rich, give donations. That's just how I'm trying to make the world a better place. It's a very, very fucked up world. All these people on this platform got all these ways to scam you out of money, tell you to buy gold, gold cards and shit and paintings and put crypto in your 401k. All that shit is going to get you wrecked. All these people are sellouts, okay? If I don't give you good information, I don't get tips, you know? If I don't provide you the best information, I'm not going to make any extra money on this channel. So I have to give you the advice where no one gets destroyed. So it's impossible to get wrecked on my channel. It really is. There's no way you can. But so damn, yeah, 1,400 would have got you like almost, 5,000 XRP or 3,500 XRPs or something, And then when it hits $1,000, you're probably at, I don't know, $10 million or something. But you lost 1,400. That really sucks. Sorry about that. Next is Allie Merkel. Thanks for your regular donation, Allie. Thanks for the news, your views, and helping us get rich. Well, it's basic and it's too easy. What I tell you on my show, some of the stuff I have to deep dive to find, but like what I'm talking about tonight, like I'm breaking down this whole court system and how the SEC is what I'm not a lawyer. I don't know any of these things. It's just common sense stuff. So I'm teaching you. That's why I don't focus on I don't care what these these lawyers that cover the crypto. I'm not putting them down, the John Deaton or the Jeremy Hogan, but I'm looking at this thing where the judge can't say anything about the case about XRP because there's no crypto laws. The judge cannot render a decision on what is XRP, and then she can't do that. Somebody else has to do that. But first you have to have legislation. See what I'm saying? So I don't even get into let's follow the case. The case is so fucking fake. I don't need to follow it. But thanks for that. Weight loss and fitness. If the crypto Y is young, I don't listen to him. Yeah. I don't either. I don't really listen to too many content providers anymore. Just I gotta hear them selling fake scammy shit. I can't listen to that. Seriously, it's like, okay, do they come up with some good information? Sure. But at the same time, they're selling you shit that's gonna get wrecked. So it's it's a zero-sum gain, right? You might put a bunch of money into some crypto in your 401k, then you get some art paintings, then you get a gold card, and then when the government takes the gold, they take your gold there. Paintings, you're only gonna make $200 or $400 a year on that. It just makes no fucking sense. So people that were spending all their money, and then with the 401k, your crypto in the 401k, that's not even legal. So you're telling people, oh yeah, go to this investment company and put money in the 401k. You can't even do it legally. They're coming after people that put in crypto in 401k. There's no law that's allowing that. See, I can't sell that kind of shit, okay? So what I do is I give you some of the best information out there and just say, hey, whatever you can afford, as a donation. I'm trying to make the world a better place. I can't say, oh, this world's fucked up when I'm part of the problem, right? So my channel completely opposite of everybody else, all right? And I take pride in that in my program as well. Peter Pan, back again. Never stake your crypto. There you are. You are literally lending your crypto to the exchange. And if they lose it, oh well, it's part of the contract. You see, I'm not recommending any platform. Never have. I've never recommended anything except certain alcohols I drink, whatever. That's just the fun stuff, right? I'm not going to recommend anything because I don't trust anything, and I'm not going to take any money from companies just so I can lie to you. Then I'm part of the fucking problem, right? And I'm not. So that's why I don't have big executive companies or something I'm not going to do that because then I got to lie to people and they're going to get fucking wrecked. And I'm not here to destroy people's lives, all right? Okay, Helio Bob, back at it again. Hi, brother. Really great shows the last couple weeks. Thanks. Cheers to you and keep them coming. You got that right. Thanks again. King L, 7L King, thanks for your donation. What do you got to say? Gotta use common sense. They want to take weapons for control and for less resistance. You think they're gonna easily let us get rich? Lock it up now. Exactly. See, when I was getting my crypto 2.5 years, I have not bought crypto for 2.5 years. When I got it back then, I already knew they weren't going to let me keep it. I knew that. That's why I don't keep it on exchange. Never did. The minute I bought it, boom, within like 2 minutes, I had it right in a hardware wallet back 2.5 years ago. Meanwhile, I'm listening to all these people on the YT platform telling you about this and buy my Udemy course and buy this dip. No. And do this staking here and get an NFT there. No, all that's bad, dumb shit stuff. Okay. That's never on my channel. Then when Coinbase announced that they might, go bankrupt, so then all these providers, then all the people making the YT videos, now they're telling you, oh damn, get your stuff off in exchange. I've been telling everybody the same thing for 2.5 years. Okay, if you've been on my channel, there's like a 0 chance of getting wrecked. Weight loss and fitness, again, people rather stake 8 bananas than buy XRP. Yeah, what's with that? Like the angry ape or some shit, and like, what's up with this dog stuff? Man, this is so sad. NFTs and shit. All those NFTs get hacked and you lose your shit. Whatever. Then everybody ends up going back to crypto hole and be like, yeah, damn, it's true. See, because I don't have this, I don't have that. I'm not telling you what baby cryptos get into and because all that's fucking stupid. Okay, that's how these people make money. That's another way. They have somebody who's their friend who designs a crypto, so then I recommend it and I get a portion of every. See, I don't do that stuff. Yes. Chillin33 says short-sighted get-rich-quickers will never acknowledge the ISOs. All they care about is trading the pump and dumps. It's exactly right. Hulk is true blue. Cypherium. I would get it if you want. If you want to get it, I think it's a good project. I just don't have it, but I'm not putting it down. It's just okay. So another thing is like I'm only gonna have so much crypto. I'm not gonna keep buying and buying and buying. Like there's other people like, yeah, I'm still buying the dips. Dude, I haven't bought crypto for 2.5 years. So what you got to do is figure out what's a good crypto. Pick a couple. I picked 2, and that's all you need. You don't need to buy like 50. There's one lady who makes crypto videos telling people she's got like 40 different cryptos. What the fuck? So what do? I'll take that. Do you realize how ridiculous that is? That means you have no fucking clue what you're doing. All right. What about 36? I'm not going to comment on a particular number. Got it? So I'm going to round it off and call it 40. But I don't mention names on the channel. They scare. Yeah. Sayonara. She'll be sayonara soon. Sayonara! I have 2 wallets. 15 ARP. Okay. I think we'll wrap it up. I'm over an hour for the show. I'm done. You got some great information. Michael Saylor, yeah, stepped down. I think I went over that the other day, like yesterday. But yeah, Michael Saylor just lost $2 billion for his company. Back in the day, the .com, Michael Saylor lost $13 billion. Oh, that guy, you don't know what he's doing. All right, tomorrow I'll be back with another great show. See y'all then.